All right. Okay, sweet. And we're going to... I'll drop the story. By the time people see it, we'll be live.
All right. The link should be up. So
yeah.
if
I mean, I just copied and pasted
cool.
it in there.
Nice.
So, yeah, there we go.
Nice.
As long as it actually posts, we'll be good. All right.
Good?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Not sponsored.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tiny Talk number 32. I can't believe we're at number 32 right now. But we're here with a very special guest. So these Tiny Talks specialize in highlighting local musicians, local artists. But I wanted to have in this guest tonight because he's someone that I consider very important to the community, to the local music scene, because I don't think there's anyone else that shows up the way he does for everybody else. And honestly, I thought when I first met you, I thought you were an actual artist too, because I heard him sing at open mic, and I was like, this guy can sing. But he's a kindred spirit to me. People always thank me about how we support the artist, and he's one that does, I think, more than me even. So please help me in welcoming Ramzez.
Hello, everybody.
Pew 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew. All the sounds going off right now. You're so amazing.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
But yeah, I want to invite you in because you're also an artist. Aside from how you support, you take some awesome photography, and I can admire that because that's kind of what, like that's my side gig, I guess.
Yeah. And you take some really good stuff too. Like I've seen your photos and your videos. You do really good.
Thank you. Yeah. No, but so do you. So
Appreciate it.
You're an artist in your own right, but like for real, when I first met you, I thought you were like a peer to all them because I heard you sing at the Balcony Club.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, like, oh yeah, you're not really like trying to be an artist, I was like, holy crap, that's some balls to get out at the Balcony Club.
Yeah, at that
you know
one
what I mean?
specifically.
Like,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, as I say at these Tiny Talks, I see all these people as superheroes. Sorry, I'm trying to set things here as I'm on camera. I see you all as like superheroes, and I like to get to the origin story of it all. So, you have a voice. The first time I met you, I thought you were like a singer for real. So,
well,
there's something behind that, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess a little bit. So I'm like I mentioned before, like I'm not like trying to like pursue music as like a career or anything like that, but my experience with music has just been like obviously just in general, like I consume a lot of music. Like 9 times out of 10, if I'm in a down moment in my life, I'm listening to something. But I've done little things like in school. So like I've done like I did choir for a year when I was in middle school. I did the musicals. Like that's another thing is I really love acting.
Okay.
And then I would sing at church very often. Like there would be so many times I would be a part of the choir and praise team and things like that. I've kind of taken a little bit of a step back from that, and that's probably where the production and photography stuff has sort of kind of taken off is in place of that. But yeah, but overall, like that's kind of been my experience is just church and things like that.
What was that team that you mentioned?
The praise team, just like praise team. So just kind of like just like the team that would lead in like Sunday morning worship or Wednesday night in youth. Sometimes I would help out with that
like
too.
The hype group.
Not the hype, like praise, like praising the Lord.
But yeah. I'm saying like hype up.
Yeah,
to,
like yeah, so
Lord.
like yeah, so like we would sing like worship songs and things like that.
Nice.
So that was mostly my experience with music was that, and then.
So all right. So we had to get. So I love to get like to like the very beginnings and to like almost walk the audience to where we are right now, right?
Yeah.
So was that just a hobby, or was there something? Because again, I thought you were a singer.
Yeah.
When I first met you, like.
Yeah. So like, Like coming up and showing up to all these shows. Like, is that a hobby of mine? Is that kind of like what you're asking?
Or like how you even got involved with
here? Yeah.
No, with this church group. And,
okay.
And like even being like part of this praise team. And,
okay.
You know, like
so
like
that's like a whole story.
Yeah, let's go.
So
we're here.
I didn't like. Yeah, true. We're gonna be here for a while. You guys are stuck with me.
He said an hour. I was laughing. I was like, yeah, right.
I said about. But yeah. So basically, I didn't grow up in the church.
Really?
Yeah. So like I always felt like I had some kind of like innate belief. Like there was just kind of something always in the back of my mind of just like, oh, Jesus existed. God's probably real. Like that makes sense to me.
Okay.
So that was pretty much it for me there.
All right, we got to slow down.
Oh, okay, we're slowing down. Okay.
Because now I'm interested here. So, because I thought that might have just been your upbringing, you know. So you came to this later on.
Later on, yeah. This year will actually be 10
years. As an adult. Okay.
Yeah.
So like you're pretty young, but
yeah, this was 2016, so I would have been about like 11 or 12. I think I was turning 12 when I first came to church.
Oh wow! All right. Oh, settle in, people. Settle in.
Yeah, we got a whole journey here.
I got to hear this whole story.
Yeah. But yeah, so I started coming to church because Mom, I hope you're okay. I know you're watching. I hope you're okay with me kind of putting the business out there, but I think it's part of our testimony, so I'll put the business out there.
Shout out to Mom.
Yeah, I know my mom and my stepdad are both watching, and my 3 dogs are watching right now. Hi, Mari. Hi, Lulu. Hi, Ollie. All of them.
And thank you for Ramsey's, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
On behalf of the whole DFW music community.
But yeah, so basically, there was a period of time where she didn't have custody of me, and just kind of like as we were starting to do like visitation when I was about like 11 or 12, she was like asking God for a sign, just like she was like pumping gas, and she was like, God, show me a sign, like help me here. And she looked up, and there was the church that ended up being my church, the Life Church in Dallas. Saw it right there, and she was like, I'll give it a shot. So she came to me and she was like, hey, there's this church that, you know, I saw, like, because where she used to live in this like apartment complex in Dallas, and she was like, do you want to visit? And I was like, sure, why not? I ain't got nothing better to do. I was 11 years old, like I didn't have nothing better going on. So we went, and the thing is with our church, and our denomination specifically, I had gone to church for like cousins' baptisms, events, funerals, weddings, things like that. But this denomination is the entire title is Apostolic Pentecostal, but typically
that's a new one for me.
Yeah, but typically apostolic tends to be the main one that tends
apostolic.
To be the apostolic.
So what does apostolic mean?
I'm sure there's like an actual definition of what apostolic means. I think it's like supposed to be referencing the apostles and things like that.
Okay, that
but
makes sense.
Basically, TLDR, we get loud and we get nuts during services. Yeah, there's a lot of like different beliefs with that, but that was the interesting thing, was we came in there, and obviously I'm expecting like, you know, there were pews still, like we didn't have seats at this point, it was still pews, but I was imagining that it was going to be like, that is going to annoy me, so I'm going to do not disturb. That's going to annoy me.
Stop blowing up his phone, people.
That's Discord. That's not even friends. That's Discord. I see Remy's in here. Hi, Remy.
Oh, she is? Hey, Remy.
Yeah, she immediately was just like, go Remy.
Shout out to Remy.
But anyway, yeah, so there's a whole like belief system with that, but we were coming in expecting kind of like, you know, Catholic church, you know, where it's like, like quiet, you're sitting, you know, you're reciting things like out of a book or whatever.
A lot of obedience.
Yeah, things like that, which like no knock to that at all. Like that's just what we kind of were expecting.
I'll knock it all day, but that's a different tiny time.
I mean, yeah, that's all. Yeah. Not to say I don't. Yeah, I have things too, but yeah. So we went in there, and it's just like people are loud and people are jumping and running the aisles and things like that. And after the service, my mom kind of looked at me. She was like, "So how? Like, what did you think of it?" And I was like, "It was weird. That was very weird."
Really?
But I felt something there. Like I truly felt like, like whether it was just like whether it was God pulling at my heart or it was just.
So you thought it was kind of odd, but also you felt what they were feeling too. Like maybe like what made them like run around and be like
exactly.
that
Because
as
it's
adults in front of people.
Because it's like it's like I mean like we said, like Catholic Church and things like that. Imagine like expecting that kind of a service or whatever, and then all of a sudden, like people are like screaming at a turn, and people are like jumping up and down, and you're gonna be like, what is happening? This is new. This is weird for me.
I do that almost every show. You hear me go, woo!
Yeah, you just woo!
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah.
But so it was weird. It was different. I almost hurt myself for a second there. Just so y'all know, we've been having issues with this headset.
He is for some reason. I
don't know, but it's okay. He can hear me, and y'all can hear me. That's all that matters.
Yeah. They're good.
But yeah, it was weird, but I felt it, and we never looked back. Like we kept going.
So you started this journey kind of together with your mother.
Yes, yeah, that was kind of our thing. Is like I said, when she was starting visitation with me, we started going to church together. So that kind of slowly, it kind of helped to heal. Like we had done like therapy and things like that.
I'm trying to cry right now. That's freaking beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, it's a really nice story, and that's why I was like, well, I hope my mom doesn't mind that I'm putting that out there.
I mean, come on,
that's part of our story.
Sorry, Mom, but that's a beautiful story.
Yeah, like like we'd gone to like therapy and things like that.
Wow.
And obviously we still had rough patches every now and again, but like I feel like going to church together and having that as like a thing obviously we were doing, but also having my church community like lift us up and be there for us like was greatly just like the best. It was amazing.
The community. You just said it. That's why you're the fan that you are.
Yeah.
Like I just figured it out.
Yeah.
Right there.
And it's kind of side thing, it was so funny, like when I talk about like how invested I was when I first started going,
I'm really trying not to cry right now.
People actually like they knew who I was, like they knew I was Ramsey's, and they referred to my mom as Ramsey's mom for the longest time. And there's even like it was actually the youth pastor's daughter was like talking to my mom one time, and she was like, she forgot her name, so she was like, "Hey, Sister Ramsey's mom."
Sister Ramsey.
It's like, but that's kind of where that started. So, and that was around Memorial Day weekend in 2016. So this year will mark 10 years since me and my mom started going to church, and now like our family's grown. Like my mom,
all like everyone.
Yeah, so like my mom's got married, and that's why we moved out to Wiley. So now like, and he also.
That's why you're so close. Okay,
yeah. So even he grew up, because I grew up in Plano, but I moved out here for the last 2 years of high school, and that was why. And like he also grew up like Catholic as well, and kind of was a little knucklehead, and kind of life went other ways for him. Yeah, that I think he would use that specifically. He would call himself a knucklehead. But that is kind of like that brought like God just brought our family together, lifted us up, and just like I said, our church community has been the best through thick and thin. They've helped support us, and it's been amazing.
All right, so I'm going to ask a question, and please feel free to tell me shut up or next question.
Shut up. I'm just kidding.
Already? But just because I try to get to the origin stories of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume you don't want to probably get so into it, but why did you have this kind of separation from your mother in the first place? If you're like, hey, next question, then we'll get on to Remy Riley's music and.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. I think that it's a kind of a story that like my mom has told me once or twice. Like, this is another thing about me, and I'll kind of give a little side piece with this example with this. There's some aspects of my life that I've kind of just like accepted, and as long as I don't feel like I'm owed an explanation, I haven't like cared too much. So like she's told me the story a couple times, I think.
Okay.
But it's not enough for me to like care in my head. Like not that it's like not worth anything or whatever, but just like like I said, the side example of also, and this is adding to my lore here, I didn't know my dad for most of my life. I was an accident, and they were never.
We all were.
Yeah.
Come on.
They were never married. But I never held a grudge against him. Like, and when I did finally get to meet him before he passed, I.
All right, now.
Yeah,
we have,
sorry.
Now we have the part 2. All right, go ahead.
I should have.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But anyway, so by the time I did actually get to meet him, I even told him that, and he was appreciative of it. I was just like, I didn't hold a grudge. I was just like, I think at one point I asked my mom, I was like, hey, where's my dad? And she was like, oh, he did blah, blah, blah. And that's why, whatever, we were never married. I was like, oh, okay. And I just accepted it. I didn't I've seen some people like, and I'm not like, to each their own, but like, I've heard some people like, when their dad like leaves them or whatever, things like that, they're just like, they hold this like deep grudge, like this, like, who are you? How dare you?
Yeah.
Why would you think you could do this to me? And
even after you've known them your whole life, and they die all of a sudden. Like, I'm not talking about myself at all.
But like I was just like, okay, this is how things are. Maybe it's because I didn't have a memory of him. Like meeting him when I finally did meet him was basically like meeting him for the first time.
Wow.
I mean, it may as well have been, but like I didn't really hold a grudge. So that's kind of like the thing with the story about my mom. Like I think it's like she had like, I mean, she didn't grow up in church either. Like she was a little bit of a knucklehead. I mean, she grew up in Oak Cliff, so like that area is kind of like
easy.
It's Oak Cliff, although I got kicked out of a preschool in Oak Cliff, if that kind of gives me some street cred.
Oh, shit. All right. Why'd you get kicked out of the school?
I was a knucklehead. I didn't have the Lord on my side.
What does that mean?
I was okay. So I think I just was like, I was a little rascal, basically. I just would like constantly talk out of turn, do things.
They got to be specific at the Tiny Talks.
I was just being dumb, basically. I was just being dumb.
You fighting?
Not really fighting, but I would sometimes just like, I don't know, just act crazy and just. I don't know. I would just act a little crazy, and somehow I that happened. But yeah, that area, just kind of like how they grew up. She kind of made some bad decisions, but eventually she was able to like get her life back together.
Yeah.
And eventually, like we grew. Like it would have been nice to like have stayed together, sure, but like I think that time apart helped us because at that time I was being raised by my grandparents.
Okay.
So I think. With certain exception, like I think they did the best that they could, and everything that happened between us as like me and my mom and my whole family or whatever, I think everything that happened, like which it was supposed to happen that way, it helped me become who I am. Yeah, it helped me kind of become who I was.
Or you made
kinda,
the best.
Yeah, it helped me develop who I was as a person, and then my mom kind of had to like find herself from the ground back up for us to finally start to be able to connect again. And while we did clash a lot, it helped to like really like start that journey.
Oh man, that's freaking beautiful, dude. Yeah. Like
it's a really beautiful
I'm trying
story.
not to be like
emotional.
I'm choking up right now, but no, that's freaking beautiful like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I love my mama.
But that's how you found the church, and this is where you started with at least your musical things, right?
Yeah.
Because again, remind people, I thought Ramsey was a singer. Like
bro hears me sing at one open mic and tells me I'm
an
artist.
No, it wasn't one. It wasn't one.
Okay, I did it twice.
Seen you at a couple, at least a couple, but like no, I for real, like I legit thought, oh yeah, he's a singer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was from this experience with the church, which by proxy was this reconnection with your mother and your family.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why, like for me, like
it's beautiful.
People that tune into these things and know me, that I get deep and I tie dots where maybe they shouldn't be tied. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
tie all the dots, tie all the knots, and take all those knots and tie them together. Like I don't like. Yeah.
And
that's what makes me me. I'm just a bunch of tied knots.
But like, why?
Ooh, that's a bar. Somebody write that in a song. That's
a
bar.
I
said that we're all just a bunch of tied knots. I'm just like, that's a bar. You need the other context, but that's a bar.
Oh yeah. You heard it here first.
Maybe I could be right.
No, but why? Why? For me, that's why. Like, I'm taking it back a little bit. Is because what I know of you, such a happy person, bubbly, like this. Again, like this is why I wanted to have you here for this Tiny Talk. Is that like you're. Somebody called me a lighthouse, and I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, like we shine light on people, and that's kind of what you do. Not kind of, that's what you do.
Yeah.
you're always there. Like you support like no one else.
Mhm.
I wish I could at that level, but I'm busy over here.
Yeah, and I
Um,
think that was like a whole thing.
But having this kind of background
yeah.
for me, I'm like, how are you this kind of like happy person?
How am I?
Like,
How am I?
Like,
Yeah.
like I would never suspect like that you have this kind of like
That would have such a tragic backstory.
It's not tragic. It's not tragic, but
Yeah.
but it's not like.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think, like I said, like I think every aspect of my life has brought me to like where I am right now. So, I mean, like, I was an only child, so that helped me to be okay with just being by myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't constantly have. It's a little bit different now, but for a while I didn't have to be like constantly with people, or I wasn't constantly being like, can I go over to this person's house? Can I do this? Blah blah blah. Would it have been nice to do that a little bit more? Sure, but like that was a good aspect. I think that helped me kind of feel like I could be independent and not be hyper reliant on. It's funny. I know my parents are probably smirking, and I'll tell you why in a second. To not be hyper dependent on other people.
Yeah.
But also, I think because of that, it helped have that social aspect of me continue to grow. And like, okay, I constantly was out trying to find, like at school, I was constantly talking to people, constantly trying to make friends, and things like that. And
like you are now.
Yeah,
that's how I see you now. Yeah.
Yeah, which that was a whole crazy thing, and why I kind of said that my parents are probably smirking is, the reason why I think I started like doing all these open mics. And excuse me, I probably should not be having a soda in the middle of a podcast.
It's okay, don't worry.
That's what we do.
It's a safe space here.
The reason why I have started going full force and like going to all these open mics, going to people's gigs, and just hanging out with all these people every 2 days when I can, is because there was a good chunk of time, because of how busy I was in school with church events. Because that's another thing, is church stuff was not just my church or my church community. Like the Apostolic Church is a massive community that spans the world, but especially spans like North Texas, spans the U.S. like. And a lot of people are very interwoven. So, like, I'd be helping at, like, big events. Like, I had a time where I sang at church camp, or I sang at youth camp with some people from my church. I would travel to events and things like that. Because of that, being in so many music things in school, so, like, musicals, plays, I was in orchestra for all of middle school, as in choir that last year. Just like constantly all the things that I was off doing kind of made it to where I didn't really have time for much else, so I couldn't really like even learn how to drive. So that's why I say they're smirking.
For real?
Yeah, so that's probably why I say they're smirking, is
Don't
because
get it right from Ramsey.
No, I'm fine now.
Okay,
but like
good.
that's the thing, is like for the longest time I could not drive,
Right.
and I didn't even get my license until December of last year.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so I've only been driving since like mid-December, for like not even 5 months now. And I mean,
Wow.
I drove here and there like for practice purposes.
You don't gotta incriminate
No.
yourself here.
No, for like practice, like things like that. And like, so because of that, and because I was so busy and whatnot, and like once I graduated, I didn't like talk to like anybody from high school anymore. So because of that, I did at some point finally get this need of like, okay, I kind of want, like, literally one of my goals for the end of 2025 was make one friend outside of church or online. And
Really?
then come November, here I am running into like half of
Was it
DFW's
Grayson
music.
Wynn?
It was Grayson Wynn, very
Grayson
much.
Wynn.
Yeah, that's a
super
story.
shout out to the Hurricane. Grayson Wynn.
Yeah, but so that's probably why I went like full force with it, was because I was like, now that I
Sorry,
can finally.
I only knew it was Grayson Wynn because we had a little bit
have
of a sort of pre-interview
Yeah.
before this, but yeah.
And
my bad, my bad.
I do talk about that all the time. Anytime anybody asks how.
And
I
I was
know.
like, oh my god, what a cool story.
Yeah, we were listening to one of Grayson's songs as he mentioned that too, which was really cool.
And your video.
And my video,
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of.
What an awesome promo, by the way. Dude, shouts out, man. Saved me some work, but man,
a little. Yeah.
the attention that got, way to go.
it popped off way more than
you
I thought. I was like,
really
hopefully
did.
like 4 people see it. Like, I'll be fine. And it's like everybody that I know saw it. I was like, oh, wow, okay.
Wow. So
Yeah.
so that was your goal in the beginning of 25 or 24?
At the beginning of 24, my
24.
goal was like, just let me make a friendship outside of school or not outside of school, outside of church and online folks.
All right.
And
And that was Grayson Wynn, or was
kind of. So
Yeah. we were kind of joking
the
around,
goal
but like
wasn't, let me make a friend, and
Yeah.
then I met Grayson Wynn.
Right.
So I'll tell you that story. So, apparently Remy's like in tears right now. She said this tiny talk got me with a tear. Sorry, I hope you know, like, if you're gonna be the only one in here, Remy, if you comment anything, I'm probably calling it out. So, yeah. So, because I wasn't like going out too much and whatnot. Anytime I wasn't at a church event or trying to find work or things like that, you know, I'd be at home and I'd probably be like playing games or I'd be watching TikTok. And I was scrolling through one day and I saw Grayson popped up on my feed, and it was literally just like she was probably singing a Gracie Abrams song, which I love Gracie Abrams. And I was just like, wow, like she's got a great voice,
Right.
like you know, she's got like, I love small communities. Fax machine. I love like small communities. So like typically, like with certain exception, like you're not gonna really have me watching someone like, and you might not know who these people are, but some of these people might know who these people are. I'm not gonna be watching like Kai Cenat, what's his name? What's the big guy's name? Queso, like
I don't
things
know what
like
you're
that.
talking about.
It's
I
okay.
just know
These are Twitch
I
streamers
know
basically.
the blue line.
The blue line. Shut up, blue line. But I'm not gonna be watching like a lot of like big streamers or things like that, or TikTok creators or whatever. I like small communities where I don't even think it's necessarily a thing about me getting noticed. I think it's just more of like, I want to be able to like see people that I, you know, can remember from time to time.
Yeah.
And maybe build some sort of like,
It's that community.
Yeah, and like build some sort of connection there, even with the artist or creator or whatever. Like, I absolutely love that. And I don't know, Mike, if you're watching this or if you're gonna watch this later. He's like the first streamer I ever watched on back when
Mike.
His name. I'll shout out his whole thing.
Yeah, do it.
So his name is Mike, and if you want some like really cool stickers or art pieces or things like that, go to Canvas Monsters on Instagram or canvasmonsters.shop. He has a lot of really cool stuff. But before he did all that, he was Mike Goes Gaming on YouTube. And I loved that, like, it was a small community, so like people kind of knew who each other were. And like, to be fair, I was so young that they were kind of like messing with me a little bit because what is this kid doing here at this probably not for kids stream?
Yeah.
But I just loved that always. So that's part of why I probably also gravitated towards Grayson's stream, was because I was like, oh, like, it's not like 40,000 people in here where every comment is just play this song, notice me. There was community being built.
Yeah.
So, you know, I started just watching constantly whenever I could, and then I watched a lot of dishes while watching her live streams. Like, that was like my thing. She would go live, and I'd be like, "Hi, I'm doing dishes."
She's
like,
got a
just
good
listen.
live stream. I saw it the other week.
She's amazing. Grayson, you're the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I found out one day that she was local. I don't know how, but I think maybe she mentioned like some show or whatever.
Totally on a freaking whim, you're not even involved in this music scene around here at all.
And I'm just like, oh, this artist.
You're just
is
like
here.
doom scrolling, for lack of a better
Pretty
term,
much.
on the TikTok, and you see Grayson Wynn, and kind of reach out, like say, hey, what's up?
I didn't reach out. So I just started following her, and this was under a different username, which Grayson knows and probably some other people know, but I'm kind of try to keep those two like personas separate if I can, because I did kind of try and do Twitch streaming for a little bit. I want to come back and do that at some point, but anyway, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I was under like a
That'll
different
be part 2.
Yeah. I'll wear a mask and I'll be that persona. And it'll be a whole different story. But I went and I was just like still following her, listening to her stuff. Her music was great. And then I found out she was local. And by the time I finally start to like be able to drive, I found out that she had a show out at Far Out.
Yeah.
because for those few
shout
people.
out Far Out.
Yeah,
It's a
shout out
great
Lexi
venue.
at Far Out for
Yeah.
putting on that whole thing.
Awesome venue.
Another place where local artists get to shine. Every week, it's amazing.
Beautiful
So,
venue.
it was her, and Malachi was also the one that was performing there at the
Malachi.
time. Malachi. I didn't know him at the time, but like, but I was like, you know what? I finally have this opportunity. I'm gonna try and go support her. So, I went. Literally, it was like a nervous wreck because I'm like beating a person that I'm actually like a fan of. Like at this point, I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of her. So I went and like kind of walked up and I was just like, hi, I'm so and so. Like, my name is Ramsey, but I'm actually blank 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 on TikTok or whatever. And she was like, oh, that's so cool, whatever. And then she was like, she introduced me to the couple of friends that were there, which obviously I think it was Malachi, DK and Tiger. I love you guys. Alex and Alasko, you're the GOAT.
Yes.
I want to say Maddie Wright was there as well, and a couple of other people, maybe like Ella or Gage or whatever. I'm not 100% sure, but I do remember a couple of the people.
The group, yeah.
A good chunk of the group was there to support.
The squad was there.
To support Grayson, and obviously I was just like, oh, this was amazing, and like she performed great. I loved it, and then I got to obviously talking with the group and whatnot. And literally one of the first posts that I made when I started like doing a lot of these, when I made that post of like, oh, I met this artist, whatever. The last video is of like DK and Tiger just like goofing off and just being stupid. And it was just like I just naturally connected to them, which I felt was really good. Like I didn't want to. I did have some times where I overthought and I was like, man, I really don't want to come off like I'm a fan trying to infiltrate this group, whatever. But it was just very natural. Like just they were cool people. We were talking. They wanted to know about me and I wanted to know about them because I didn't know they were artists. Like I was just thought they were. She literally was just like, these are my friends. So I was like, oh, friends. Okay, hi, people. So I met them as just like regular.
And
people.
they happen to be all these.
And they all happen to be amazing artists. Oh, hi, Jana's here. Hi, Jana.
Is that the YouTube?
Yeah, I have the.
Oh,
the
sweet,
YouTube
awesome,
pulled up.
good. Hey, Jana.
Yeah. Well, the love mic. I'm assuming love mic is Jana.
Yeah. Probably.
Hi, how you doing? But where was I? This is what happens. My ADHD.
Meeting Grayson.
Yeah. So
getting plugged into the community.
So that felt really cool to like naturally connect with them, and even Malachi, like he was. Even Grayson told me like, have you heard of Malachi yet? I was like, no, I haven't heard of him. And she was like, you were in.
Right.
Yeah. Ready. You're not ready for this.
Yeah.
And he absolutely killed it. He was amazing. And even after like the event ended, because that event ends at like 10. And then obviously Balcony Club does their open mic until midnight.
Right.
And they were like, hey, like we're going to go, a lot of us are going to go to this balcony, we're going to go to this club to go do an open mic. Like, do you want to come?
Yeah.
Which was crazy. You just met me and you're inviting me to an open mic? Like, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't end up going because I was like, oh, that's late. I need to go home. I got work in the morning. And now I'm like out until like 1 a.m. on those nights.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I can tell you about one night at the freaking Balcony Club that we'll get into later.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I got connected to some of them, so like I followed some of them on Instagram and things like that. And then I messaged Tiger the week after because I was like, hey, are y'all going to be, I realized that Far Out was like a weekly thing. So I was like, oh, are you guys going to go back there? And he was like, no, we're going to be at
Far Out or the Balcony?
At Far Out. If they were going to be at Far Out again.
That was weekly, Far Out?
Yeah, at that time. Because at that time,
okay.
I think it had just like... No, I think like recently we're about to hit like a year of it starting, but it was a weekly thing where like there was going to be
love that you know this more than me. This is awesome. I should be the one that knows all this.
But yeah, I texted Tiger because I was like, hey, are y'all going to be at this place again, whatever, because I just wanted to like... Yeah. I wanted to be social, and he was like, no, we're going to be at Balcony Club to support so-and-so. And I was like, Tiger, I'm so sorry you have to deal with some of my dumb questions sometimes. Like, I'm over here like, I didn't, because like I said, I didn't want to intrude on things that were like for artists or for this group, so I didn't really know what it was. So I was like, is that a thing I can come to? Like, is that okay? Like, would you like want me to come? And he was like, you don't have to ask me to like show up if you want to show up. And I was like, yes, okay, great. So I pulled up, and I can't remember who was performing. It may have been that may have been when Haley Marie was the featured artist. Because I remember she was very early on, and I didn't really know who she was just yet. But
I'm fairly new to the Balcony Club. This is that open mic is actually the reason why we changed our open mic from Thursdays to Fridays.
oh,
Because
really?
I was tired of missing it.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I'd be up Friday morning and being like, oh my God, like all these people were there, and I was,
And I wanted to get
so that's the main reason why.
Well,
our
the smart.
open
Yeah,
mic's
I
on
like.
Fridays now.
I do
I'm
like
like,
that.
I'm not going to compete with them.
Yeah.
And shout out to them. They won best open mic.
Yes,
at
best
the
open
Dallas
mic. Yes,
Entertainment Award.
and
yeah,
absolutely,
and
the most deserved.
valid. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Still shout out to Love Mike. Oh Mike.
Yes,
But
love
still.
Mike. Love Mike. You're amazing. Rising Voices, like you just got started, but you're also amazing.
Yes.
Like all these open mics.
Far
are
ass away,
amazing.
but yes.
Yeah. I keep having to be like,
Just for
Alex,
me.
can we ride together? Because that's very far.
Now I'm gonna take a freaking trip on the train from here to
Really?
there and like document it to be like, hey, there's no excuses now.
There's no excuses. Show up, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We can get there even from Garland on the
Mhm.
train.
Yeah. That's a great place to do it from too.
yeah,
this
me,
train.
me, and Katie there are gonna do something kind of
Heck
fun with
yeah.
that. Yeah,
That'd be awesome. Katie, you're also awesome. Katie may have been one of the first people I met too, I think. But yeah, so I showed up and I was like, wow, like this was like awesome. And I just, again, it was very organic, like it was natural. And I think
But this all came from just you wanted
this all
to
came from,
just be.
yeah,
social.
I just wanted to go out and do something. And the avenue just happened to be this TikTok artist that was plugged into her community. So
How
I plugged
lucky
in.
are you?
Yeah, TikTok algorithm did me well that day.
Shit. No, I guess big shout out to Grayson Wynn for
Oh,
being
yes.
that open and being that receptive. Because
yeah.
she could have been like, yeah, I don't know who this guy is. I mean, not for nothing, but you know.
Yeah, or she could have just been like, "Thank you for supporting me," whatever,
yeah,
and
like-
not really even like
and-
connected,
And not say, hey, come over here for this thing and whatever. Like,
Yeah, like I think, and I tell her
oh,
like all the time.
I love this fucking community. I'm
Yes,
sorry. I'm
like-
trying not to fucking cry right now.
No,
It's just so beautiful.
I totally get it. It's real, and I tell her all the time, and I'm constantly like, Grayson, like I'm sorry for like beating a dead horse, but like thank you for like. One, just being the amazing artist that you are,
Yeah.
and for putting yourself out there because you're amazing and you have talent. And like I know she's a Christian too, and she lets God shine through her like constantly. I can
Yep.
see that. So that's just me. I respect that, but also for like helping to boost this for me to get to like to do this where I don't, like I said, I didn't feel like I was infiltrating something. I felt like I was just truly building myself into a community to where I call these people friends now, and as opposed to these guys I met at this open mic or this artist I met on TikTok. Now I'm like, Grayson, yeah, one of my friends,
Yeah.
Remy, one of my friends performing at this place, whatever.
But
It's
like
awesome.
like I was saying in my post, you're the reason why I wanted you here is because I see you as an important person in this community. Because like as people told me, oh, you're a lighthouse. You're like that too. You are not like that. You are, and it's hearing how it all started and everything. It's like for some reason like you were supposed to be doing this.
Yeah, maybe.
Like-
Yeah. I mean, I think everything does happen for a reason, whether or not yeah.
you just being there, like even if it's just you,
It was just me.
the way that you are, you take amazing pictures. Super big shout out. I gotta put myself big shout outs to him. You're like me when I first started out. I was proud to be like, it's just my iPhone. But,
Yeah.
but amazing stuff, amazing footage. So, and these artists need that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you prop them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you hold them up. You're like one of the pillars in this community. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
And it was just because you wanted to get more social.
just because I wanted to be social, and then and like the reason why I started really doing.
And I'm not a religious person. Like I don't talk godly like this. But thanks to Kayla Raquel, she kind of and Keyshawn Taylor too. They're kind of convincing me maybe a little bit.
Hey, if you want to
But,
talk, if you want to talk, I got you, bro.
No, but I'm hearing this story and that's convincing me too. But like it's really beautiful how like this kind of just happened and you're now this kind of person that everyone kind of needs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like every time somebody like hypes me up or says things like this or whatever, like I get massive like imposter syndrome.
No, same.
Because
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm just here, like and I do.
But that's so powerful.
Yeah.
Alex Nolasco. Shout out to Alex Nolasco.
Yeah.
It is to Tiny Talk. I think it was number 3.
Number 3, I think so.
The 3.5 hour
3 hour long one.
But he talks about the power of showing up. It's powerful. It's
Power showing up and
even
power
if
like
it's
being
just
present.
one person there. Like I'm sure even Remy Riley can like attest to that.
Oh yeah, because I've gone to some gigs where like maybe they're not like massive gigs. Maybe it's like I know Remy has like recently Remy had a gig that was supposed to happen in like Weatherford, and then it ended up getting moved. So she got another gig like really quickly at a restaurant in Addison, and like that's not a place that like most people are gonna like show up to. And I'm not trying to like flex or anything. I'm just like showing like the example of like
No, you're right.
whatever
You're right.
like. That's not a thing people really will like show up to. It's just like people that are already coming to the restaurant or whatever, or maybe like if she says like, "Hey, you want to come to this thing?" You know, whatever. That's different. But like, I'll show up to a restaurant. I will sit while you're busking in the middle of an area that has no seating.
Yeah.
Like I'll grab a chair and pull up. Remy like knows I did that one time. Or I'll come to support like Remy did she was headlining at like a blood cancer drive, or like a fundraiser for that. Her and Charity were both there.
Was that at the Sundown?
That was at the Sundown, I believe.
Yeah.
Like I'll show up to that. I'll show up to Blue Line, Joshua Stone and Carly Tate performing at.
I mean, you should.
Will Call.
I mean,
you should. These are all amazing people that you should support anyway. But like, that's the thing is like, I think. There, like you said, there's a power in that, in showing up and being supportive. Like whether it's one person showing up to a gig that like people are just kind of supposed to just walk by and like not really pay attention to me, or
it's amazing
a
to
crowd
have a
of
fan,
people.
man.
Like
it's
like show up when you can.
Yeah.
Just
be there. Yeah.
I can tell y'all, like, and this is how passionate I am about all of these people, not only as artists but as like my friends. Like I will schedule out. You probably can't see it. You probably can't see it.
Picture,
I'll turn it down so you can probably see it. But like
I
schedule out.
I'm gonna post
events. So I'm like, I want to make
show
sure.
Show them again.
Any you probably can't really see it, but anything that's like light blue, is someone's gig, with the exception of like a couple. Like and that's not to like flex and be like, oh, look how much I'm doing. Look how much I support you. Like it's not like that. I'm not trying to like gloat about it. It's just like you guys are creating a craft, and you guys are amazing enough people that people, not even just me, Carlos as well, and other people as well in the community are willing to come out and be supportive to you. And I know I'm bringing up Remy a lot, but like I remember at several events where people would be talking about Remy, and the first thing they would say is like, she's just an amazing person. They wouldn't even talk about how amazing of an artist she is. Right. That was how I got connected with her. Was she came to an event here at Be Hippie, or at the Tiny Stage.
Seriously? Here?
Yeah. So I don't even know if you know this story. No. So whenever you had the New Year's Day event.
Oh yeah.
And things got like thrown off a little bit because of the schedule, and just like it was New Year's Day. Not a lot of people are like.
Tiny Talk number 9, first 10 minutes, you'll hear all about it.
But it's like. So things might have been a little chaotic or whatever. She showed up and she ended up like giving her time slot to someone else to be able to perform. So I didn't even hear her sing. Like I didn't even like
never.
I hadn't heard her sing at that moment.
What?
January 1st was the first time I'd ever met her.
Wow.
And I was just like, this is just a great person. Like I love your energy.
Right.
She kind of shares that same like chaotic like. Like
you
sarcasm, that chaotic sarcasm, like immediately popped off, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna come support you at your wine lounge gig that you got coming up. Like, never hearing your music at all, and that was a paid thing that like I had to like buy a ticket for, and I was like, I'm gonna do it because I think you are a great person. So same that goes for everybody else. Like maybe I haven't heard you sing yet, but you're an amazing person, and I think that is something special, and that goes to show, like I said, whether it's out busking in Legacy West or being able to bring a room full of people together to support like a couple artists out in Deep Ellum, or a big old all day festival where a couple people have like hour-long sets or 15-minute sets or things like that. Like, people will show up because this community is just amazing. This community is sweet, open, inviting, and.
But I have to ask. So, where does this come
Love
from?
you, Eric.
This need. Okay, I said need, and maybe that's the right word. I stopped myself, but maybe there's a need, because I see you're like me, like we're really like kindred spirits in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
That, at least for me, there's something odd maybe in it, but like that we feel a need to like be supportive of all these people in like in their dreams and whatever,
Yeah.
whatever we can do, right?
Yeah. I mean,
So where does that come from for you? Because I've talked about it many times, and people don't want to hear about my soccer background anymore. but it's kind of from that. But like, I really respect their drive. Absolutely, their artistry. But like the way that you support, it's more than most people.
Yeah.
So like, where do you think this kind of needs?
Although
like,
it's less than some, Remy. I know you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Oh,
sorry.
shit.
Continue.
Shots fired.
Something we talked about last night. Remy knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But it's okay. Anyway, keep going.
No, it's okay. But like, where does this come from? Like this kind of need to like be this kind of fan. So like, all right. So like, I'll give you a great example. In soccer, I'm sorry, people at home.
My golly, this guy in the
I
soccer.
have to. I'm sorry. It's my life. It was my whole life.
No, it's okay.
But there's something called the 12th man. It's not even in soccer. It's like in all sports, but it's in soccer because there's 11 people on the field. I think football too.
Yeah.
The 12th man. In Spanish we call it la barra brava. It's that group behind the goal that is chanting, that it has all the songs with the drums, and they're hyping you up. No matter what, even if you're losing 5-0, they're freaking.
Yeah, they're like they're going nuts. Yeah.
So like, but that comes from a certain place, right? Like background, tradition, blah blah blah. But you just described how like this kind of all started just from your wanting to just get out more and not be so isolated.
Yeah,
I
develop
guess,
a social life, pretty much. Yeah.
Right. So, where do you think this kind of like fandom, if lack of a better term, comes from?
I think, and this might kind of sound like a simple answer, but I think it's literally just like built into who I am as a person, because I just throughout all of my life and throughout all the things, like I've just been, I enjoy people. As simple as like if I'm out and about by myself, I might be kind of people watching and just kind of seeing what's going on around me, or like trying to connect with people and trying to understand people, or to a fault trying to be kind to people that maybe some people don't think deserve it. Like
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I've had this. I've told this story to a couple people. It's just a very short one. Like I one time got in an argument with my ex, like my girlfriend at the time, because there was somebody that like had hurt me like in middle school like several times. Like this was like 2 or 3 times that she had hurt me in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Not like nuts, but like little things that were like affecting me in some way. And the person was coming back again and like, apologizing or things like that. And I was like being like, okay, like, I should forgive them or whatever. And she was like, the core of the argument was kind of like, why are you trying to be so forgiving? Why are you trying to like, why are you allowing this to happen? And like, I will admit I've dealt with a lot of anger issues in my life, so I didn't handle this the specific way, but I feel like the point is still very true. Like I kind of blew up at a moment and I was like, that's my choice. Like if I'm getting hurt, that's my choice. So I think that's my thing is I'm going to put all of myself out there. I'm going to put all of who I am. And if I think that you're a person that is worth support and worth care, which is pretty much almost everybody that I've ever interacted with, it's pretty much everybody, I'm gonna be the best version of myself for you, and I'm gonna put myself as much as I can put myself out there for you. You know, like I said, whether it's like we're gonna come and we're gonna hang out every once in a while, or we're going to.
So this community relationships helps you be a better person yourself.
I would say so. Yeah, maybe it's not like 100% direct, but I think it is like it's kind of helping me. Like every once in a while, I'll hear maybe like just in general, because I've dealt with like online communities too. Maybe like so and so did this, so and so said that, blah 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 blah, and I'm like 9 times out of 10, I'm always like, okay, well, what's this person's side of the story? Is there any possibility that a person could have misinterpreted something? Is a person maybe just a jerk? And maybe I do need to realize that some people are just not good people. You know, like I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. And even being in a community like this, seeing where people are lifting each other up. I mean, I know you say that high tides lift all boats. Like just seeing people lift everybody up despite like
everything.
Despite everything. That's just a very like admirable thing. And I think I always just try to put that foot forward of just being the best that I can be for the people that I care about. That's probably how I would put it.
And that's why I say you're no homo, I guess, but you're a beautiful person. Like really, I can see how people react to your support, and I know what it is too, because I get lots of praise for it. Thankfully. Yeah. A lot of people, almost every show, say thank you, Carlos, for this and that. Although Chris Fagan and Johnny Appleweed built this thing, I always have to remind people.
Yeah.
But that whatever's inside of you, that like.
Trying to see if my parents are saying anything. Trying to see if like a text came through of like, what are you talking about?
Whatever's inside of you, that kind of motivates you to like support this way. It's a beautiful thing. But, big butt, big booty. I've been told by people too, because I'm the same way. Like we're the same people. It can also go like backwards, or like all right.
Like to a fault.
I'll give a little story. So
Whoa!
Something's are happening here. Sorry, chords are.
Shit
balls.
Oh no! Oh, great heaven! All right.
I think we're still plugged in.
And now I can hear myself. Wow! Look at that! I can hear myself now.
Sorry,
I can hear myself.
Our little field mixture just took a little stumble, but
it's okay.
Everybody
good? Everybody can still.
Good.
Now I can't hear myself. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. We had it for a second. Okay.
Remy
happen. Or
or
someone, let me know if y'all can still hear me or whatnot.
They should be able to.
They should be able to? Okay.
They should be able to, yeah.
Okay.
Shit, where was I?
You were about to tell me a story about like how it can go backwards.
Yeah. So,
something about a big butt.
I've been dabbling, and I blame Katie Day. It's your fault. In like trying to like, I do sound check here, and like if there's no artist during open mic, I'll like do a couple things, whatever, because I know like 5 songs on the guitar. But Katie Day was like, hey, you should actually like you actually have it, and Pappy Check too. It's his fault too. He's like, hey, like you should actually, and Morgan Hawkins too. It's all their fault.
All of these are great artists.
Yeah, right.
If you guys are like my friends, like from church or things like that, go support all of these artists. They are amazing people. They are amazing artists. You will find something that you love, like Blue Line.
Follow the Tiny Stage. You'll see all
Follow
of them.
the Tiny Stage. You'll see everybody like Blue Line, Grayson Wynn, Sarah Hanks, Joking All Folks Home, Remy Riley, Morgan Hawkins, like all of these people. And I know that
Marie.
Malachi, once he starts releasing music, Haley Marie, once she releases her new stuff.
Rennis Jackson, once he starts releasing.
Literally, like every one of these people have amazing music. It's stuff that maybe I wouldn't even have listened to. Like I'll straight up say, I think there were a couple songs that I listened to, and I was like, I don't really know if I like these songs initially first time through, but then I just kept listening to them, and I'm like, these are actually great. And then you meet the people, and you're like, these are great people. Like
that's how music is.
We can. Okay, sweet. Thank you.
We're good?
Yeah.
All
apparently,
right, cool.
according to Remy.
Shit. Now where was I? Before
Sorry. Katie Day and
Oh
Patty
yes,
Check
yes,
and
yes.
everybody's
Thank you, thank you,
convincing
thank
you
you.
to
So,
like.
I want to write. I wanted to write a song,
Mhm.
like, because I've been kind of. So I'm getting into doing covers of the. Because I'm promoting
Mm.
DFW covers others May 3rd here at the Tiny Stage.
Show up.
Get out here
Performing.
and get your songs at to Austin at Jokes and No
A
Focus
joke, no
Home.
false- Yeah.
But I've been dabbling, like in these artists like Morgan Hawkins, like Jokes and No Focus Home. Haley Marie gave me the chords for Half Price Books, which is like my anthem.
It's funny that she has the chords, but okay.
Yeah.
I would have asked Remy, but okay.
Well, actually, the person outside, Steve Sade, actually figured it out,
Oh.
and then I confirmed it with Remy Riley, and it was actually correct.
Ah.
Yeah. So in doing all that, I covered Katie Day's Sally song.
Mhm.
If no one's ever heard it, if you go to, I'm pretty sure it's on the OP Productions Instagram. If not, the Tiny Stage, I'm sure. It's called Sally's Song,
Mhm.
and it's a beautiful song. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. It made everybody. So I recorded it at the Armory in Deep Ellum.
Mhm. Which, by the way, I think Shay has a show there next week. Go see that show.
Hell yeah!
I think she does.
I'm gonna be there. Hell
Yeah.
yeah! Shay Ferrari.
Shay Ferrari. Also another great person. Thank you for bringing me into your home like twice. Now
Seriously.
for events and things like that. Like,
And just
golly,
cool.
I love every single one of you. You guys are amazing. If you don't clip nothing from this event, clip this. You guys are awesome people. I love every single one of you. You're the best that DFW has to offer.
Cool little note is that Shay, and please correct me, Shay, if I'm wrong, but I think I've confirmed with you.
Uh-huh.
But she's named Shay after Shea Stadium.
Really?
Mets ex home stadium in Queens, New York, and I was born like right around the corner from there.
I think
So I
you told
was
me the
like,
story.
so I was like,
Yeah.
what a cool little
That's
little
funny.
tie-in. No, so okay, so Katie Day's convincing me
Day's
to be like,
convincing you to write
hey,
a song, yeah.
you should write a song, and I tell her about my I guess my relationship history,
Mhm.
which I'm not going to get into right now because we'll be here for a long time.
One of these days, we need to do a tiny talk with you. Like, have somebody.
Katie
give
Day
you
wants
a-
to do that.
Katie Day
actually.
wants to give you a tiny talk. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh shit! And we kind of did that also with
I know my mom just had
Jana
more
Wilson
flashbacks.
at Tiny Talk number 9, kind of. But yeah, Katie Day also, and also shout out to Dawn Adonis. Had me on her podcast called The Poet Circle.
Oh yeah.
And that one's gonna air, I believe, Friday at 9 a.m.
That's what you just posted like recently, right?
Yeah, that she did. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, well, I was wondering what
Which
this
I'm
is.
pretty much telling the story of the Tiny Stage in like the shortest form because we didn't have a lot of time.
Oh, okay.
That was a real podcast. We're like, here we can talk forever. There they had, they were like someone
like,
like, hey, you guys shut up.
Hey, shut up, bro.
But yeah, Katie's telling me, hey, write a song. And so like I tell them the story, and then I tell them how I was trying to be like, I went to AI and I was like, hey, I hear all these artists, and it honestly, I'm like amazed at all these artists around here that have all this breakup music. Because I'm like, who the fuck is treating these people
Literally.
like that? Like
I hear
like-
all of these stories
like
of
what?
like all like obviously I'll talk to some people and I'll hear the real stories, and then obviously the stories I hear in the music and things like that. I'm
Right.
like, what is happening?
I'm
Like let's be real, guys. Men kind of suck sometimes.
Come on, guys. to these whatever.
artists.
Yeah, to these people, whatever.
I don't know if I could date an
But-
artist because I feel like
so-
I would get a song written about me somehow in some way, and I'd be like, oh no.
No, so I went to AI because Katie Day was kind of like, hey, we should write a song. So I was like, what kind of song would I write? So I was like, here's my relationship. I was like,
Yeah.
my history. I'm not gonna get into it, but
Yeah.
basically it came back saying you're a lighthouse, and I was like, expand.
Expound, please.
And it was like, well, you're like a steady structure in rough water, and whenever someone sees you, they're like out in the ocean,
Yeah.
and when they see you, it's the most beautiful light because
Because they need it.
they're exactly.
Yeah.
They need it, and they know their home is that way.
Yeah.
And then as they get closer, they find their shore, they find their actual home, and they pass you by. right?
Yeah.
That's what Katie Day was saying. She was
Yeah.
like,
She's like, hmm.
So she was like, oh, we should write a song like this. But shout out to Sarah Hanks. I'm kind of spilling some tea here, I guess, a little bit. But
Remember, this is live. You can't cut any of this.
No.
Whatever you say is happening.
I know it's live right now. But no. Shout out to Sarah Hanks. She's a real one. I was telling her this kind of story, and she was kind of like, well, so her thing, we had a tiny talk.
Yeah. Was this on the Tiny Talk that you were talking about this? Or was this separate?
I don't think we talked about it really at the tiny
Okay.
talk. It was we talked afterwards.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
But for each person, there's like a sort of word that kind of pops out to me. Like for Grace and Wynn, it was kind of funny. It was grace because that's how she looks at life, like with grace. Like
Oh yeah, especially with some of the stuff she's gone
the
through.
song the song Hurricane is a very graceful way of a very graceful breakups. You know what I mean? Like perspective. For Sarah Hanks was growth.
Mhm.
So it's like, if this is not helping me grow, I'm not interested,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And in our conversation about how I was saying, oh yeah, we want to write this song, she was like, well, she was kind of giving me second thoughts, and I was like, there's my second song. Is like second thoughts, because it's like this Lighthouse song is like very much like positive about like I guess a positive self-reflection, about like how we support
Everyone, each other, yeah.
and how they love it and how they give us the the praise and everything. But are we running from something? I'm asking you and me. Like, are we running from something, or are we kind of like, is this a mask of some sort?
Ooh.
This is why with Sarah Hanks I was like, oh my God, I was like second thoughts, because I was like, now it's making me second think this.
Yeah, like now is it not I'm trying to be positive, is it I'm
like,
masking, or I'm trying to make up for something?
Am I trying to exactly? So what do you think?
What do I think? I think
not to like put you on the spot like that, but
tell
like
me your deepest darkest secrets.
But like I see each other like as the same kind of lighthouse, for lack of a better term. And when I was presented that kind of like perspective or like kind of question, it really made me think. I'm still gonna be this lighthouse and still gonna be supportive the way I am.
Yeah.
That's not gonna change.
But is my motive?
But yeah,
real?
like what do you think about that? Because like it's making me like I don't even know the answer right now.
Yeah.
For myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think with everything, like, it all depends on the person. I think everything in life is very circumstantial. I don't think anything is black and white, truly. Or if it's black and white one way, it's black and white a different way, a different time. That's the whole thing. I'm not going to get into my philosophies of that just yet, unless you want to. But I think...
Got some time.
Yeah, we got time. I don't know. I think, like, it... Like, maybe there's a possibility that trying to lift other people up could be just so we feel like we're worth being lifted up too. Like it could be a projection.
Yeah.
Excuse me, because I think at the end of the day, I think everybody has like their skeletons in their closet, and they all have things that we maybe we're not proud of, or things that have happened, or things that have been done to us, or whatever,
right.
or things that we've done, or whatever. Again, vastly different per person, but so that could be the case. There might be some people that it's more, even if it's subconscious, it could be like, I'm trying to lift others up so that I feel like I can be worth lifting up myself.
Yeah.
But even if that's the case, like, I guess kind of to the answer to second thoughts is like, even if that's the reason, subconsciously or consciously, that doesn't negate what it is. Like, at the end of the day, what we're doing, like coming and supporting people, and not only just supporting great talent, but just being connected and continuing to support amazing friends. Like, I know Haley Marie has a song that she's been working on that's about like her friends being able to kind of like see through like her masking, or her like, it's called like I'm so sorry, I'm blanking on what it's called, but it's like, yeah, like having friends that are like, hey, like, let us help you, like, let us be of assistance to you.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't care for a break, YouTube. Like, I think what we're doing at the end of the day is just being good friends and being supportive and whatever. And even if our motivation is maybe a little bit like, if I do it for others, am I worth it? Like, that doesn't negate what it is, because at the end of the day, you're showing up and you're listening and supporting. And if even then, that might be helping you a little bit deeper. Like, if I'm showing up just because, like, this is a good music thing that I like to do on Friday nights, like, that's great. Maybe it's I'm showing up and I'm listening to Haley Marie sing this song about, like, supporting your friends.
Was it
and
Listeria or something?
No, it's
Dang, sorry.
Hold on, she might be
It's
live on TikTok. I could ask her what's the song. She is not live on TikTok yet, but like you could be listening to like some music like that, and not only are you supporting, you're getting some sort of healing out of it too. So yeah, whatever. I mean, the motivation could be like different now. Like, I mean, there's some motivations that may not be the best. Maybe there's some people that might be trying to show up for people just because they want others to show up for them. So it's more of like a transactional thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't think like support should be transactional. Like, if I think you can be just a supportive friend showing up for 1 or 2 gigs as the person that shows up for 40, as long as your heart's there and you're the intent's there. But I think that need is still there, like we were saying, like whether or not our motivations for being lighthouses is tainted or whatever. Like, I think it's still needed regardless, and I don't think there's any shame in if it's because you're trying to help yourself feel a little bit better.
Thank you, sir. I'm giving him a pound there. Yeah, thank you. That actually makes me feel better.
Well, I try my best. I'm not just goofy. Sometimes I have a little bit of wisdom, and then I'm gonna say something like that, and then I'm gonna turn around and hit you with a 6-7. So.
Oh Jesus! Do that. All right, so let's get into your voice, because when I first met you, honestly, I was like, he's a singer too. So you got into that at some point.
Yeah.
So how did that get started? Was it just because you were at church and you were like, hey, this is a way to...
I don't really know.
Make some friends and socialize, maybe? Maybe there's a little tie in there. Like,
maybe. I mean, I don't know if I really like... I don't know if I really like... I can't pinpoint like a specific time that like, oh, this is when music took off for me. I just remember like...
You don't remember?
No, because I feel like...
You sing really well. Let's not be crazy
well, like,
here.
I mean, it wasn't like a pinpoint of like... It's not like, you know... It's not like a story like Remy, where like she's like, my parents were these people, so music was introduced in blah 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 this reason, or I'm not like.
But being around church, I mean, I would imagine like it's kind of around.
Yeah, right? So I think.
I mean, it's almost a stereotype with some singers, bit. You know.
Yeah, I find out that half of these singers, I'm like, oh yeah, I started singing at church. I'm like,
right,
really? I mean, I just remember like. I loved listening to music. Actually, funnily enough, my granddad, he would, when I had like my iPad, he had like music on there for me to listen to, and I could tell he really wanted to try to get me into the music that he was listening to.
The good music, right?
Yeah, he wanted me to listen to like oldies and things like that.
Okay, what are oldies for you? I have to know this.
I mean, I'm trying to remember specifically.
Don't tell me Nirvana.
Well, okay, no. I don't think he listened to Nirvana. But I think like
Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin.
No, it wasn't like rock stuff. It was like if it was rock, it was like, well, not like metal. If it was rock for him, it was like classic, like rock and roll. You know,
like Beatles, I guess, or
a little, yeah. Beatles, like that kind of era. Like, I don't know if they were specifically. No, Yellow Submarine was on there, but he really tried to get me to listen to like some of that music. So it was just a massive playlist of a bunch of that. Like I remember. It's funny because I remember All Star was the first one on there. So that one I was fine with. A couple other things, but I clearly just gravitated towards the new stuff. Like I was listening to like there was Justin Bieber on there, there was One Direction on there, there was Britney Spears on there.
Wow,
yeah, so like that was the stuff I was really listening to.
The oldies.
The oldies. No, like
no, I know. I'm thinking back. That was like, about 20 years ago. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I mean, if I said oldies and I like yeah, he was trying to get me to listen to like I don't know what's like a modern band. I'm trying to think of like a 90s band. Like, imagine me saying like a 90s band was an oldie.
Matchbox 20 or something.
Imagine me trying to say like that's an oldie. No, he was very much
Nickelback.
into like he would be listening to like 50s, 60s, like stuff like that, which is why
Proper oldies.
yeah, like I feel like when I was listening to when I went and heard Nick Parr play at Love and War, I was like my stepdad would have really or my granddad would have really liked this music because it was that kind of style. So I was just like I liked listening to music, things like that. I think like 2016, 2017, pop music was like the peak, and I slowly started realizing
There's
I think
something
I liked
about 2016.
Yeah, I was
heard-
in middle school.
I've
Why,
heard
what was I doing liking like?
I've heard so many people talking about the 2016 era's coming back, and I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? But I'm an old person.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I think for some reason I slowly started realizing later in life I was like, what made that so different? I think there's a part of me that likes EDM, like electric music, but like. Not really. I don't know. My music taste has slowly started to expand.
So you just noticed that you can kind of like have pitch and like
kind of yeah.
sing?
I think
like,
it was just like I would sing.
It was natural, like
kind of. It was just
wow.
like things like that, and then slowly as things progress, like you know, I think this kind of tying in my love for theater and acting and things like that, which that's a whole nother thing. I love movies and acting and things like that. Okay. That's a whole thing.
That's why he takes those great pictures.
Maybe
that makes sense. Yeah.
Actually, that's a whole different reason. That's because I dated a girl that wanted to be a model, so I started learning how to take pictures, and that kind of just took its own life of its own. But probably film too a little bit. But I, in 6th grade, this was funny. I kind of got peer pressured into joining the 6th grade play. So it was like one of the first times they really did it, where they were like. Theater as the class in middle school was only for 7th and 8th graders, but they allowed 6th graders to be a part of this specific show where a lot of the like tech team was 7th and 8th graders. So I went and kind of like last minute everyone was like, you should do it. I say it was peer pressure because I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do it. It's being on stage. I don't know if I could do that. And I was kind of like, they were like, you would be so good for it, blah, blah. I was like, okay, fine.
Why
I'll
were
do
they
it.
telling you that though? There's a reason why.
Probably just maybe they thought like my bubbly nature, just because I was like constantly out
all right,
there.
So this is a question I ask every single artist because there has to be a moment. I call it the Big Bang, where you realize I can do this shit.
Oh, there wasn't that. It wasn't that moment.
No, but
I just did it because I was like, you know what, screw it, let's just go.
There had to been a moment where you tried singing and you were like, oh shit. Or
tried
like,
singing.
Like people resonated with it, or like maybe you're like, oh yeah, I can.
This was okay. So this was just
like,
regular theater. This wasn't like a musical or anything. They just like, like that's gonna lead into the other stuff.
Okay.
But that's what started my love for theater. Was I did the 6th grade show and I was like, this was actually really fun. Which surprisingly, on my opening night, I had a really big moment that could have turned into me like hating it because basically the show that we did was called Snow White: Story of a Hip Hop Diva.
Okay.
So it was like a very short, very small, like goofy, like there was just a bunch. Basically, it just seemed like they were throwing a bunch of characters at the wall and seeing what stuck. Because Snow White was a hip hop diva, and then there were a bunch of other characters, and then I was playing King Henry VIII.
Okay.
That's my character.
All right.
So I walk into the scene. I'm like, actually, whatever I said, and everybody started laughing. I couldn't tell if, looking back, it probably was just because the character was kind of goofy, like, what is going on here? All of a sudden, King Henry VIII is here.
Yeah.
But I could have seen that as, like, everybody laughing at me because I'm who I was. Because I'm not going to say that I was very, like, sometimes I was made fun of in school because I was a kid that played Power Rangers, which I'm going to be very mad when Power Rangers becomes suddenly cool for everybody, like Spider-Man did. I have a little grudge about that. But, you know, but either way, regardless of that happening and regardless of the stresses of the theater, like, I loved it. I fell in love with that. So that made me want to join the musical, or that made me want to join theater, like, the class next year. So that's where we actually did,
part of that's music, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where we actually did a full-on musical, and we did a one-act show. So I did the musical, and I auditioned, and it was Aladdin Jr. So I auditioned, and I was like, you know what? With my energy or whatever, I just like, it would just be fun. I probably could be the genie. Like, I was like, I honestly think I could probably do that. I think that would just be very fun. I wasn't like, I'm amazing at this. Like, it was just, we're in middle school. I was just like, that would be fun to do. I'd get to be goofy and laugh and do all these things.
Yeah.
So I auditioned for that. And I think I made the mistake of doing like a Disney like Descendants song, which was like a villain song. So I sang that song. I was just like a nervous wreck. And she ended up making me Jafar. Which is the villain in that movie.
I know Jafar, yeah.
And
Because of like, was that a judgment in your singing?
I don't
or
know
like-
if it was that. Well, I think honestly, like I think looking back, it was one of those I mean, first of all, guys in theater is like very hard to come by. Like you go see like a like high school or maybe not a high school, like a middle school or high school do Newsies where it's like all guys. Good luck. Like, and actually, I think initially before they switched out theater teachers, they were gonna do a different show.
I got to push back.
Yeah.
So I played drums my middle school through high school, and I was in the bands for these plays. And not for nothing, there's a lot of guys in these things.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I don't want to get let's just say this is people say, oh yeah, like they gave him a lot of crap about like, oh, you're in a play or whatever, like, oh, you're
Oh yeah. Hey, I almost did dance.
That's
Like,
where you get.
That was the whole thing. I almost did dance.
That's where the honeys were.
That's where the honeys were. No, I didn't do it for the chicks. I was like, actually, I loved it. Anyway.
Me neither.
Yeah, but anyway, so
Just turn out that way.
So the kind of the rest of that is like, I did that musical, and there was actually even a moment where my theater teacher kind of pulled me aside and was like, honestly, like you were like kind of stealing the show, like you were doing a really great job.
All right.
And that's because like Jafar was a character that.
So Jafar.
Yeah, he had a lot of scenes by
that was
himself.
Your Big Bang, Jafar.
Sure, I would say that. Yeah, there's being Jafar, being on stage, and getting a lot of time on the stage with just me and one other guy, the guy playing Iago, the parrot. So we connected a lot, and then obviously that there was like 2 or 3 scenes where it would be just me, and I even had like some solo songs and things like that, and that might have been what it was, but it wasn't like in a big epiphany. It was just like
there's no training.
That was all natural. That
Natural.
was all just like whatever we were
Exactly.
doing, like natural. Like I mean, again, this was
what's
middle
up.
school. The choreography wasn't insane. The craziest thing I did was I was slow dancing with my staff. That's probably sitting in someone's office right now.
Singing in front of an audience.
Oh, I was a nervous wreck.
At any point,
Yeah.
like so yeah. That's why I asked. Like so that was just kind of natural. That you just kind of had this kind of like.
I guess I kind of had that.
pitch
for it. Yeah.
or whatever.
And to be fair, I think like I did have a slightly deeper voice, and that was like the next
it was kind of needed.
Almost, yeah. So like I mean, they would have adjusted regardless, I think, but like so kind of continuing the story and kind of tapping onto that, like so I did that, and then they worked with the choir teacher on the musicals, so I got used to the choir teacher. And I actually really liked her just like as a teacher. I was just like, this was really cool. And I was like, honestly, I think I would like to do choir the next year. And mind you, we're 2 years into middle school right now. I was doing orchestra both of these years too. So like
What instrument?
Violin.
No shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
do you still play it all?
No, I stopped it after middle school, and sometimes I wonder if I could pick it back up, but
I'm sure you can.
Probably, but
most of the memory's still there.
Maybe. Yeah. But I went and I was like, I honestly would love to be a part of choir because I just love the choir teacher, and I think that would be a really fun thing to do. So going to the next year where I'm still doing a musical, so I'm still doing theater, I'm doing choir, and I'm doing orchestra. But that was a very music intensive year, was just all of that. And then plus I'm still singing at church and things like that at this point. So I think that's probably all of that is kind of what like continued my love for music, and like again just loving listening to music and constantly trying to listen to like new stuff, like and like sure it was kind of like pop radio stuff, but it was good artists. Like I loved listening to like Charlie Puth. He's a very talented musician.
Oh yeah.
And I have a big appreciation for him now with a lot of the stuff that he like talks about with his music.
Yeah.
Like Shawn Mendes, sure at the time like these were bigger artists, but like I mean they're still big, but like Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, things like that, Ariana Grande, like just really like good music that I just like I loved listening to. And then I think all of that was just kind of like, slowly in church I would start being on the praise team more, and then I would start to have solos every now and again and things like that. I joined a North Texas like church choir for a while there.
So you improved your voice
slowly, like over time, but I've never taken like
just natural. Like
I've never taken like lessons or anything.
That's what I'm gonna ask.
I would like to take music lessons at some point because I don't sing properly, especially when I hit higher notes. I'm like straining a little bit, but I would like to like. Sorry, I thought the sound was coming behind me. I was like, "Ooh, behind us." But yeah, I like it was the most training I had was like in doing musicals and then theater training. Like they would have John Raleigh, who he's the head of the alternative comedy theater in Dallas, somewhere in Dallas. Like he would come and he would kind of help us out and do like little workshops and things like that. But actual music training was basically non-existent. Like I'd never really learned how to like play instruments. Like I don't know how to play instruments other than when I played violin for a little bit there. Never had proper music training other than being in choir for 1 year and then being in other choirs like church choirs, things like that.
All right. Well, then, what the hell made you get up at the balcony club? Because I'm sorry. Like I've been on the Love Mic stage. I'm on our stage because this is where I live.
Yeah.
But the Love Mic stage, that's a nerve-wracking freaking thing.
Yeah.
The balcony club, I imagine it's almost more because you're like in front of like people that like total strangers and
yeah.
they're at a bar and it's the
I
whole
think,
setting is like intimidating.
Yeah. Well,
if you're not like doing it for real, you know what I mean? Like,
I think there was a couple things that I think made me kind of comfortable with it. I mean, there's no full comfortability. You put me on a stage, there's no full comfortability with it. Like I'm going to be a nervous wreck no matter what. I'm going to be like even the last musical I did when I was in high school.
You could have fooled me, bro.
No, like even in the last musical that I was doing when I was in high school, like where I had another big role. I was King Triton, so I was like a big like lead. I would still be like a nervous wreck or whatever in the back, and I'd be like like breathing, and I had times where like I went into the person that was playing Ariel because I knew she was also Christian. I was like, hey, do you want to like pray together before we go out on stage? We would do that, and then because of that, the guy that was playing what's the crab's name? I'm blanking on the crab's name.
I don't remember. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one. Someone in the comments probably going to be like, this one. I'm really like, ow. Sebastian. There we go. Sebastian.
There we go. Yeah,
the guy who played Sebastian, he even kind of came up and was like, hey, like, do you want to pray too? And I was like, sure, why not? Nice. So I'm like constantly a nervous wreck anytime I'm on stage, period. But I think what made me comfortable at Balcony Club was I was like since mid-November, minus like Thanksgiving week and like maybe one other week or two here and there, I was with these people, most of these same people every week. So I was getting comfortable with these people. I was getting comfortable in the environment. And people like, just building. It's not like I walked in there first day and was like, let's get on stage. I was like, I know who these people are. Yeah. They're gonna, if they listen, they're gonna probably love it no matter what, just because I had the guts to go up there. If they don't, then that's less people I have to worry about listening to me crack, or whatever.
Same reason why I got on the stage with a guitar, because I was like,
why not?
Same thing. Like, what are they gonna say?
What are you gonna say? Like, I've heard worse. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't know. Honestly, Balcony Club has so many talented people. I don't think I've heard a bad musician go up there.
Yeah, that's balls, man.
Yeah. I think that. And kind of like you say, like, oh, it's a lot of strangers, a lot of people going to a bar and things like that. I think that actually kind of helped it because it's not like a Love Mic or a Rising Voices or a Far Out where the full intent of like why every single person is in there is to listen to you sing. Yeah. Like that probably adds a lot of nerves. As opposed to at Balcony Club, at the end of the day, it's a bar. If someone's showing up there, sure, there's a lot of other things that you can do, but at the end of the day, it's a bar. Most people are going to be there to drink or to have a little bit of like some kind of social interaction with people.
It's not the main focus.
It's not the main focus. Yeah. So I think that probably helps me. It's like, yes, there are times where a person will captivate the entirety of the room, and I've heard it. Like I've heard like Haley Marie stop the entire room when she starts singing. I've heard
DK and Tiger
have stopped the whole room. I have heard Ella Dabney. Literally, I was gonna say I've heard Ella Dabney stop the entire room and was like, whoa, like that happens. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but also like I could go up there and I'm like, if everybody in the room listens to me, great. Just half of them are probably going to be like sitting there having their own conversations at the bar, and I'm like, that's fine with me. Like that probably is what helped it a little bit.
Kind of add some comfort to it, yeah, for sure.
And so I think just being comfortable with the people already, because I don't know when the first time I went up there. It might have been like January, February that I finally like actually went up onto that
Wow.
stage. Actually, I went up there.
For some reason, I felt like you were in this community for years. Like
No,
Yeah.
I haven't. I met Grayson in November.
Wow.
So it's been
Grayson, write a
5
song about
months.
this.
No, I don't think I'm worth writing a song about. Grayson got way too much talent to be
Yeah.
writing a song about me. Like, well, I posted this back in February, so I think like January-ish is when I probably started like, and I think I only went up on the stage like 3 times or something like that, because sometimes balcony club is hard to like get a spot in because it's so popular. I mean, there's a reason why I won best open mic, because there's a lot of people.
Yep. So, do you have any kind of aspirations to kind of like take this a little bit further, or is it just kind of just for fun? Because I can say like for me, like I'm kind of like I say we're the same person here. Like for me, I like getting on stage because I'm like now like these are like this is my group.
Yeah.
So like I'm kind of more comfortable in it, but I don't have any aspirations. Although Katie Day is pushing me to do a song.
She's kind
and
of
stuff.
pushing me too.
Yeah. but
She's like, "We should do a jam session."
yeah. Do you have like any kind of aspirations to kind of like
I mean,
take it a little further?
I've kind of, because like Katie Day would kind of say it every once in a while, or other people here and there would kind of throw the idea out there. It would be cool to maybe have a song under my belt that I wrote, and just to say like I wrote a song and I put my heart and soul into something like this. I don't think I have an aspiration to really like be an artist, and like that could change. Like I've seen people well into like way later years in their life that decide that they're going to start pursuing music. I've heard people, obviously you have like your Justin Biebers and your some of y'all might not know who this is, but Stefan Benz, things like that. Like people who like start at such a young age because that's what they want to do.
Right.
Like, sure, there's people like that, but I don't know if that's where I'm at right now. I feel like I like this community. I enjoy these people, and that's kind of my main goal. Is I'm just like, these are great people, and I think, like I said, I think that push is kind of there, just because like. Kind of like the same reason why I started.
Damn you, Katie Day.
Darn it, Katie Day. Yeah, like just having people like kind of pitch the idea. I'm like, that would be kind of fun to have, but I think I would like to let the people who like this is their thing. This is their blood, sweat, and tears that they put into it every week. Like, I'll let them do that, and I will be a supporter. And if something comes my way, wonderful. If nothing comes my way, okay. Like I'm chill with it. Like
the Barra Brava, the 12th man.
Yeah, like like I will gladly be the guy sitting on the bench that's like I'm getting paid $5 million to sit on the bench to make sure that the rest of the players.
You better
good.
pay him $5 million. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like. Yeah, I don't know. I think where I'm at right now, I think I'm just kind of taking like one thing at a time.
Sure.
Because like I said, my goal, one of my goals at the end of the year was to make one friend, and here I am being invested in an entire community.
Shoot, yeah.
One of my goals was I needed to find a new job. Here I am working in a job.
I was going to get into that because you mentioned in your video, like, hey, if you want to know why I'm wearing scrubs.
Yeah.
So let's tell them why you're wearing scrubs.
Yeah. So sometimes when you meet people, you don't really like them. You have to dispose of the butt. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm so joking. No. So basically, what I do for work right now is I'm a VA aide, which VA stands for Veterans Affairs. Essentially, it's kind of like hospice work, but like you don't have to have certain certifications to be a VA. It's just like a benefit that veterans get like whenever they need it. So so kind of like the backstory of that was my mom actually is the one that's a hospice nurse or hospice aide. So she's the one that's like having to deal with like these patients at the very end of their life. Like she'll see patients. This is nuts. One time she had to give a patient that had passed a bath. That was insane. After like they had already passed, and she still had to give them a bath because the nurse hadn't come in to be able to like pronounce them dead officially. So she was like, I have to do it. That is, yeah. So I think it was like a bed bath, but still, like it was like she's got stories. She's the goat. She's like she deals with that and then has to come deal with me yapping in her ear for 5 hours straight. Like
Jeez.
she's the goat. But VA is not necessarily like that. Like I have to give patients showers, but it's not necessarily like the person might not be at the very tail end of their life. Like I have a patient who he is very like they actually are stopping his nurse coming in every 2 weeks or every week or whatever because he's hit a stagnant, because he had like a surgery or whatever, and he's at a point now where he's like he's doing good, there's not a lot of changes, like, but he's still getting my benefit of like I'm helping him with his showers, I'm helping the family with things like that. So but anyway, so she's the one that's doing that.
I think any singer-songwriter right now is drawing all the same metaphors that I'm drawing in my head right now for like why you are the way you are.
Maybe. Probably. But yeah, so my mom, like I said, is the one that she was doing that. Like even she was like doing nursing school and things like that for a while there. But I never thought that I would get into anything like it because of all of the horror stories. Like I said, my mom's had to clean a dead patient. My mom has had to. My mom has gotten her hair pulled, spat on, hit, punched, screamed at. Things like that. Bit, like she's gotten bit by patients.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
bit.
like
Wow.
bit, like bite down. So she's dealt with a lot of these things, so I'm like, why would I want to go anywhere near that field? Plus, I'm also a little squeamish when it comes to certain medical things.
Yeah.
Like, I could not watch like a medical drama because all the stuff they show, I'll be like, ugh.
Like blood or whatever.